The CR10 is a wildly popular 3D printer, but because it's not enclosed, printing in ABS and other materials that require a higher temperature build plate or a higher temperature environment, they don't print very well. This is awesome because Bill here is going to show us how you can build an enclosure around your CR10 for very, very little money. Well, I'm Joel.
I'm Bill.
This is 3D Printing Nerd. One of the considerations with a CR10 is if you want to print ABS, of course, you do need to consider an enclosure. In the CR10, well, in this variant, the CR10S4, the CR10 Extended Enhanced, something like that, it's larger, and the bed moves front and back. So in building the enclosure, you do have to take into consideration the extra amount of space you're going to have on either side, and the immense height, and the control box on the side. So Bill, to you, how are we going to go about constructing an awesome enclosure for this?
I went to the hardware store down the street and I got some materials. We got some insulation foam.
Okay.
And so long as the dimensions you sent me were accurate,
I did my best.
We should be able to use that foam to make an enclosure. Of course, I have a Volkswagen Golf and a 4x8 foot sheet of 1-inch thick foam.
How did that work?
Would not fit in my car, so I was that guy in the parking lot cutting it down to make it fit in my car.
I guess cutting foam is easier than cutting a 4x8 sheet of plywood in the parking lot.
Yes, I just used a sharp knife. So I had to cut it down to the rough dimensions with very little wiggle room because this is 24 inches tall and the sheet was, let's say, 4 feet wide. Okay. So if we cut that in half, it should be the right height.
Should be.
So long as, again, Joel sent me the right dimensions. We'll find out.
I guess we'll find out, yes, in the build. Tell us about the foam that we have. Is this a very special kind of foam?
No. This is just insulation foam. This happens to be shiny on one side.
It is shiny.
White on the other side. And it was cheap. A 4x8 sheet was $12 at the hardware store.
Wow.
I did something similar with the pink foam for my Ultimaker. And I've been printing exclusively in ABS on the Ultimaker with a glass bed. And it has been awesome.
That's fantastic to hear.
Yes. It keeps the build area nice and warm during the entire print process. I've also been putting down an ABS slurry of acetone and ABS on the glass. And then that first layer sticks down perfectly. And it's been working awesome.
And if your printer has been really an ABS printing machine, using that ABS slurry, it makes sense if it's going to print mainly ABS.
Yeah. I even made a little Poor Man's glue pot, the same way that Evil Ted made one for Bard's contact cement. I made one for my ABS slurry, so I can just crack that open, brush on a little bit of ABS, and print willy-nilly. It's been working awesome.
Maybe one of the videos we can do in the future is how to make a proper ABS slurry glue pot.
That sounds like a great idea. Yes. But today we're going to cut apart some foam, screw it together, and make an enclosure for this big fella.
Cool. What's the first step?
First step is to cut the foam.
Yeah.
So why don't we clear it out of the way and get to cutting? Wait, we can do this. How about this? Why don't we use magic? We'll clap our hands and then it'll be gone.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ready? Nailed it.
That's pretty good.
You're a wizard, Harry.
You are skilled in the art of magic.
Let's cut up some foam. All right, so you sent me dimensions.
I did.
And I have them written down here. This should be 25 inches.
It is.
Which is the back and front. And we need to cut it in half. You can see I've already drawn some lines on it.
Oh, right here.
From there to there. And I'll draw a line, and then we can cut it.
Okay.
You can cut it.
Well, sure. I can do that. Do you need a straight edge or anything?
No, this is not really.
So when dealing with foam, you don't have to be as accurate as possible?
There's some wiggle. You can be as accurate as you want to be, but we're not sending a Tesla Roadster to Mars.
That's a good point.
So we've got some cardboard to hold it down there so we don't cut up your nice surface.
I would appreciate that.
A really sharp knife.
Okay.
And just cut that line. Just try and be as perpendicular as possible.
Okay. You know that sound well.
Mm-hmm. I've cut a lot of foam.
Okay.
You can even, with foam, just do... Oh, you know what? There is a backing on this.
Oh.
So just cut it there. So this should be the front and back. And...
Okay.
Let me measure here. 24 inches. So let's do just right top.
Oh, good idea.
There, just so that we
You got it.
can make our own assembly instructions. That is the...
If anyone's going to repeat this, we should probably show them the best way to do this.
Okay, so that's the front and back.
Front and back. Okay, can I set this aside?
You can. This piece, we are also going to cut in half.
Okay.
This should be the sides. So it should be 32 inches. It is.
It is.
So we'll draw another line and cut it in half.
And this is your parking lot cut right
It's
here, right?
a little... Yeah. It's a little bit...
It's a proper foam cut.
It's very... It's the best cut ever made in a parking lot. All right, cut that in half.
I will cut it in half. With a very sharp knife, keeping it perpendicular, I will make the cuts.
And I will judge.
Always judging.
Okay, so again, we're going to label the top
Yes.
on these. Wow, that's a top. Top.
Top.
And we could measure the other part, but why don't we just screw these together and then just trace the shape?
That's a great idea.
And we'll get the lid for this thing.
Is there a special screw or adhesion method we need to take into consideration?
We're going to use these screws because I have a lot of them. They're just drywall screws.
I was just going to say, I put up a lot of sheetrock and I recognize this screw.
This box of screws literally fell off a truck. Brittany found this in front of our house. So there's an assortment in here.
Wait, it fell off a truck in front of your house?
In front of our house, yeah. We didn't actually fall off the truck. So these are...
You don't know that.
Enough. Yeah, I don't know where their origin was. So why don't we take the top... Where's the word top? Like that. Why don't we just handle 2 of these for now?
Yes.
And cover my face on the camera so you can't see.
Aww.
We'll do a couple of angles so that we kind of get it.
I'm sure.
But can you hold this
Yes.
here? And I'll put a couple screws in,
Okay.
and then we'll be good.
Okay. And so, just so people know, it's not like you're forcing it in. You're not doing a high speed. You're just slowly putting the screw through the foam so that the threading catches the material.
Yeah, this foam is not the most grippy stuff, so it'd be really easy to rip the thread. So we're just going to put a lot of screws in. Let's see how that feels. That's pretty good. Then once we put a couple more
that's not bad at all.
together,
I mean,
yeah,
that's...
it'll be much
wow.
more sturdy. So,
Wow.
you know what? We can even just go to the other side.
Sure.
That's going to go, if you can...
Like that.
Yep, let's get the other one there. Let's get that one.
Okay.
And that's going to go on the end cap here.
Oh, so do that one first.
Like that.
Okay.
And that'll get screwed together.
Okay. Should we...
Oh, let's get the bottom kind of lined up.
I gotta tell you, you hold this for a second. That went in smooth as pie. How are you at left-handed drill motor operating?
Not great. It's like trying to take a pee with your left hand. Go.
It's sort of biting. There's a space in the material right there because of the parking lot cut.
This thing is a lot bigger than I pictured in my head. Oh, that's way better. Silver out.
Silver. I keep forgetting.
I mean, we want it to look good.
Yeah, we do. Bingo. Who are we to judge? Well, you are a professional cosplay judge.
It's true.
So.
I'm not a professional foam enclosure judge. Ta-da! There's the box.
Wow, we have a... No, it's like a fence right now.
Yeah.
A box would mean it'd have a top. You want to tape it real quick?
Yeah, so let's talk about this. This is tape, but it's aluminum tape. This is what they use for ducting.
Oh, okay.
And it comes on this backing, and you peel it off.
How sticky is it?
It's really sticky. I like this stuff because the adhesive is so good, but there's a lot of stuff you can use it for in prop making. Because
such as what?
It's actually metal. It's actually aluminum. Or aluminium.
Aluminium, as Angus would say.
Yep. So if you need a real metal finish, you can use this stuff, and it's ridiculously cheap.
Oh, a finish. So you could apply it to a 3D printed part.
Yes.
Oh, okay. You'll come around to this side when you're taping this side. Okay, good.
You got a tape about the right size. You can rip it by hand.
Ooh.
Peel off the backing.
You don't have any fingernails. How do you do that?
It's very easy to rip.
Oh, okay.
Here, you can give it. You can rip that side.
Sure. So just measure a bit.
This is going to be one of our videos that ends up being half an hour long.
Probably.
You can also, while you're peeling it off, stick it down first and then peel it off.
Oh, kind of like you're putting a build plate adhesion method on like a build tack or something.
And then I'm putting about a 1/4 inch on this face here, so that I wrap all the way around.
Got it. It makes sense. Let's take a moment and talk about why Bill and I are building this enclosure for the CR10. CR10 is an open printer, and we need to enclose the build space in order to print with ABS. In order to print ABS really large, ABS needs a consistent ambient temperature to print successfully. And since we're going to be printing it large, we should probably find ourselves an inexpensive but quality ABS material, and that's where the Matterhackers build series comes into play. Matterhackers build series is made because you want to build something and you want to build it big, or you want to build it in multiple parts, and then you're going to sand it, and you're going to paint it, and you're going to finish it, and it's going to be awesome. You want a quality material, but you don't want to break the bank, and that's what Matterhackers build series is. I've been printing with Matterhackers ABS for 4 years now, printing cookie cutters for an Etsy store. I speak from experience. It's a good quality material. I highly suggest you head over to 3d.pn/Matterhackers, pick out some colors, and try some ABS and build something today.
So this will hold it together, but it also seals off any cracks from the heat escaping.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if heat just leaks out the sides, that would kind of defeat the purpose.
Yes, it would be like a poorly insulated house. And you want to keep the heat in your house. Okay.
All right, so lift this up, and I will slide this under. So set that down on the corner, and we will just trace it, and then we'll know that's how big the lid needs to be.
Okay. The magic pen.
There you go. You can take that off and cut it up.
Go build a foam cutting person. I'm willing to bet that both camera angles right now just suck.
It sounds like a problem for Sean.
Yeah.
That I am not amused.
There's our lid. So set that down, and we'll put it on top there and see how it looks. There we go.
Oh, look at that.
You know what? Why don't we just tape this one on? Mostly because I can't reach. I can't reach up there to screw it down.
One thing to remember when building something like this, we're not talking about engineered perfection. We're just trying to keep most of the heat in to make sure the prints turn out.
One more side.
Oh my
And then
God.
we can see if it fits. It's gonna fit. Joel gave me great.
I measured like the craziest of awesome words.
We need to make a door.
Yes, we do. Okay.
So here's my door. A sheet of acrylic plastic. And we're just gonna, so I'm gonna put this kind of where I think it ought to go.
Okay.
And then just trace it.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't need to be machine quality.
The clearance is not something we're worried about.
No.
Notice I said clearance and not tolerance.
Not tolerance. Thank you, Angus.
Thank you, Angus.
And then I'm gonna go in a little bit so that there's some overlap.
Oh, because the door's going to rest on the outside.
Yeah.
Got it.
You don't need to have a door on it, but you can see in while it's printing, and you can take your prints out without lifting the whole thing off.
Well, I guess depending on how large your prints are. This is the CR10. It's Geronimus.
Cut a hole in it.
We get to see inside the box. The cat inside is both alive and dead until we collapse the waveform.
It's Schrodinger's CR10.
I assume they're Schrodinger's cats. Or actually, I assume they both are and aren't, just like us.
Well, yeah, the example print on the CR10 is that cat, so the headless cat is both alive and dead. Well, and what I notice on your blades, like if I was going to cut sheetrock or something, you know, I would have the blade extended out maybe that much.
Yeah.
You know, you have it extended out inches.
So that I can cut at a very shallow angle.
Right.
Ready? Ha-ha!
Combo breaker.
There we go.
We're making a mess.
Great. So there's a bunch of stuff we can do for the door. We're gonna put magnets in there.
Whoa, really?
And hinges so that it can open and close.
Okay.
Really awesome.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? Since we're cutting stuff out, this is an upgrade. This is a vent, a heating vent.
Yeah.
And we're gonna put that in the top so that you can open and close it if you need to let heat out.
Oh, so rather than having some sort of
I made my
door,
own
yeah,
out of foam.
I mean, of course you did.
But this was $4. So we just have to cut out this shape and then plump it down in the top and then screw it down.
Okay. Should we tilt it on the side so that people can see it?
Yes. It's gonna go in the back here.
Okay.
And we just cut out this shape. Did that leave a mark? It did leave a mark. Perfect. So that's kind of the thing there. That's kind of the thing there. Cut it out. And
Oh yeah.
and then this should fit
Oh,
right in there.
the fit is
not
perfect. It's
Now we
fine.
can open and close.
Do you want these screws or do you want
Oh,
your
you
own
know what?
screws?
I think I'll use my.
Okay. You know what? What?
This mechanism needs to be clear. So I need to give it a little bit more room.
Okay. Just give
On
it
this side.
give it a shave.
A shot on the back of my head. There we go.
Hey, there we go.
And then where do the screws go? There we go.
There we go. Yeah.
My experience so far has been I keep mine closed, and but if you now you have that option.
Yeah.
Good reset. Next thing we need to do is put some hinges on our door, and then attach those hinges to the foam.
Okay.
And because this is so flimsy, we have some plastic that I brought. This is some PVC, foam PVC plastic that will make a little sandwich on and screw through that.
Oh.
So that
okay.
the screws
Okay.
are biting on this, not the foam.
Yeah.
But first, we need to.
I was just gonna say, how do we make that connection rigid? And that's
we
how.
need to drill some holes in this plastic. And this is just acrylic plastic. I got it from Tap Plastics here in, actually the Tap Hack Plastics in Bellevue. Shout out to my homies in Bellevue.
Shout out.
And these are little machine screws we're going to use
Okay.
to screw it together. And we'll drill some holes through this and not your workbench.
That's very kind of you.
Oh, I love that smell. Oh, that cracked a little bit.
That did
It's fine,
crack.
It's fine.
It's because you're going so fast.
Yeah. They make bits for plastic. I do not have any. And then these will go on here. Actually, but let's. You're not one of those guys that leaves the plastic on your thing until it falls off. Do you?
I mean,
I have a friend who had the plastic on his cell phone for like 2 years.
I still have the plastic on my very first 3D printer.
Okay, so we'll thread these by hand.
All right. So you have the bendy up. Okay.
And then I will use this to kind of just, doesn't need to be that tight, but
Sure.
and then we're going to do the same
Easy.
thing. These are going to be the strips that it gets clamped to.
Okay.
So we're going to drill the same holes through here.
Sure. Oh, I see what you're doing.
Just
Yeah.
going to tape these together so that we drill. The accuracy is not critical on this, but
It's not critical, but it's good to follow proper procedure because you always do things by the book, right?
oh yeah, like that.
All right.
And I'm going to, I'm just going to get the holes started so we know where they go.
Got it.
Like that.
Oh,
and then
and
we
then
can
we can-
move that out of the way
I see.
and drill the holes.
And what kind of plastic was it?
PVC plastic. It's a foamed PVC plastic.
Cool.
Like that. And we should be able to attach this to the foam. And I have other longer screws for that.
I was just gonna say you're gonna need some longer screws.
This is going to get sandwiched like that with a screw through it. So,
Oh, I see.
I guess that's about where it can go because of the screws in the back. Okay, hold it there.
Okay.
Like that.
Okay.
Alright, so.
Oh, it's getting away.
Got it? Everything's cool.
We're
Alright,
cool.
We're done with that.
We're cool. Oh my gosh. That was
And then
fun.
I have longer screws. Yes, I use my teeth.
I chew ice.
Okay, so now we're going to make a sandwich
Yes.
with these longer screws
Okay.
that hopefully go all the way through.
Let's wait, put it in.
Hold on, I have a plan. Okay,
Okay.
I'm going to need you to hand me the screws. They're not long enough. I screwed up, Joel. Longer screws.
Okay. Technically, we don't need this second piece of plastic there, do we? We can just use this because it'll bite on these.
Yeah,
into
we
this
don't need
plastic.
the other piece of plastic, right? So, we need to press that in enough that you can get a nut over it. I screwed up,
Okay.
Joel.
It's all right. It's okay.
I'm gonna push on the back though.
Wait, so this is because... Oh, wait, we do need the space, don't we? Because the hinge will...
I have a plan. Okay. Did I mention I built one of these before?
New plane.
New plan. So I'm just flipping the hinges over.
Okay.
I'm really glad I don't have to edit this video.
I need to just publicly thank my editor, Sean Connolly, at the Sean Connolly on the Twitters. He's a fantastic human. He's my friend. He's a wonderful editor. And hopefully all of this footage that Bill and I are putting together from this camera here and that camera right there caused Sean to come up with a great story idea. And this video is presented to you in the shortest runtime possible. Done.
We're back.
Time. Okay.
I will push.
Push.
I'm pushing.
Nope.
No, alright.
It is not. Should
Hold
we?
on. Hand me a knife.
Scalpel.
We're gonna remove
Did you cut yourself?
No,
I-
I definitely didn't just stab myself in the chest.
I handed it to you the right way, even.
Yeah.
Hey, Bill, have you built one of these before?
I should have watched my video.
I mean, neither of us have drawn blood yet, so that's a good thing.
That's great. You know what? It's really warm in here.
That's
You keep working.
proof of concept. Do you want the screwdriver in there to tighten it
Yeah,
up?
that's a pretty good idea.
Good.
A door opens. We're gonna put magnets in there so that
That's right.
Oh, I have to drill one more hole for the handhold.
Oh, right.
Where did that go? I brought one. Magnets.
Magnets. How do they work?
I'm putting the door pull on first,
Okay.
so that we can open it after it's been magneted.
That's a good idea.
All right. So I'm gonna drill a hole in here.
Okay.
And that's where the handhold is gonna go.
We don't have the tape on there anymore, so be careful. Or the plastic. Well done.
Screw through there. And then just give that a crank.
Okay.
It's good, good.
Good, good.
And then we can put magnets. So here's what's cool. We can put screws in here and then magnets on here and then it'll magnet.
Oh,
to-
yeah.
So if I put a screw in the face of our thing and then just put a magnet on that, we're good.
That's a good idea.
But-
We could put super glue on the threads when we put it in, and then it'll bind.
Good idea. Go get some super glue.
It's in the bottom drawer.
Oh, that's right. Look at all this super glue.
I know.
The good stuff.
I know.
Like so. And then gently
Gently.
put that in there with my left hand. Like that. And then I can put a dab of super glue right on there. And then when I put a magnet on, it'll go in the right place.
Okay. Wait. Do that again. I want to see that happen. I know you're just joshing me, just fooling. Okay.
Just like that. I have a sneaking suspicion that these are not strong enough.
Could you use a bit to drill out some of the acrylic?
I know. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put it on the back.
Oh, okay.
So I'll put some super glue on the magnet, like so, and then just shut the door like that. I guess I could have put some accelerant on there. All right, so I'm gonna quickly spray that. I'm gonna do that.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There we go.
Did it work? Oh, it worked. It stuck.
Yeah.
It just took a little bit. Perfect! Wow.
We can put a couple of magnets on there if we want it to be more secure. But why don't we hold off on that and see if this fits on the printer.
That's a really good idea.
All right. Now we know we're going to have to trim some of this to make it fit.
Sure.
But we can get it close. Yeah, I think we can kind of Pac-Man it over there.
Waka, waka, waka. There we go. Filament is removed.
We are going to have to cut a slot for that. But we'll...
True.
And we're going to have to make room for the all these cables here.
And the way Creality does their cabling, everything is just long enough. There is not really
okay, you ready?
any spare. Pac-Man it. We're over.
That is a little snug.
But, well, it's only snug because of the filament sensor and stuff over here. Once we cut the slit, it won't be snug.
Yeah. Get my marker.
Can't believe this is kind of working. I can't believe this is kind of working.
We'll just cut out a chunk on the back here for these cables.
Okay. Hey, Bill, while your mind's consumed with something else,
Yeah.
how come the super glue accelerant smells good?
I don't know. It is very toxic though, so.
Some people say all it is water, but I don't think that's true.
That is not true. Okay, we can take this off, do some cutting, and then when we put it on again, it should be perfect. Alright, so we figured we'd have to do this. There's going to be a little slot there.
Which is fine. This is expected.
It's a feature, not a bug.
It is a feature. There we go.
For you,
Thank you. I will put this aside.
folks can see what I'm doing.
Maybe. Talk him through it, Bill. What are you
I'm
doing?
just carving out a big old slot in the side of this thing.
I need to get a cutting mat. Like, whoa. Ooh. Got it.
Alright, let's do it again and see how it works.
All right. Cables managed. I think this needs to be a little bit wider, but we're well within constraints.
Oh, that's awesome. Wider on the back too?
Just a tiny bit. Yeah, just like about that much. I bet that'll do it. Oh, like cable. There we go. We are stuck on something. Oh, wait.
That looks like it fits.
And technically, so the filament sensor, I don't know if anybody can see that. We can mount it on the outside of the.
Yeah!
I don't know. Do we call it good?
Yeah. All we have to do now is try and print something in ABS. So now that it's finished, we can move this to your frigid garage.
Yes.
Put it to the ultimate test.
The ultimate test of printing an ABS, a small little ABS item, and then we will take a look at it and make sure that it looks good.
Yeah.
I guess.
All right. Good job,
Okay.
team.
Hey, good job. Hey, kids. Bill and I sliced a model. It's actually a Make Anything vase. Thanks, Devin. It's on this little micro SD card. I'm going to put it in the control box over here, and then we'll hopefully make a print. We set the bed to 90 degrees C. It's now at 60 degrees C. We'll see how long it takes to get up there. We do have a temperature reader thermometer up top. All right, so my garage is 16.7 degrees centigrade. Right now inside this, it is 27.2 degrees centigrade. It is considerably warmer. I can feel it. And as the bed is able to heat, it should just get hotter. And then start. Well, we wanted to show you an ABS print on the CR10 with the new enclosure that the talented and mentally gifted Bill Durant of Punish Props was able to make. Unfortunately, after 5 hours, not only did the CR10 only get to 71 degrees Celsius on the bed, we built an entire Prusa i3 Mark III 3D printer in that time. The CR10 is an affordable machine. It's a large print volume, and if you're doing PLA prints, it's great. But if you have to heat the bed to 90 degrees, at least if it's my CR10 that you're trying to heat the bed to 90 degrees, well, you have a better chance of building a Prusa Mark III than you do of actually getting the bed to heat. What do you think, Bill?
I don't know. I've never. That's not something I've ever considered having to worry about. I print on my Ultimaker at 90 degrees on the bed, no problem, but it's much smaller. Mm-hmm. The print bed's much smaller.
Well, I know that other people have CR10 3D printers that can get the bed to 90 degrees or more. That's not a problem. And I think the information presented, hopefully the information presented in our Enclosure build video works.
The good news is that the way we built our Enclosure would work for any 3D printer.
That's true, including something like the Prusa i3 Mark III 3D printer.
That we just built.
It's actually running through calibration right now.
While we were waiting for the other printer to heat up. Now, actually a good point. This one has a 24 volt power supply, right? Mm-hmm. And the CR10 has a 12 volt.
True.
So that's the sort of thing that if you were going to do a lot of that stuff, you might be able to change the power supply.
It's possible, or you can do like what the G-Max and the Formbot T-Rex 2 Plus does and actually get yourself an AC aftermarket heated bed that plugs into the wall, and you can get up to ABS bed temperatures within minutes. An Enclosure is still valuable in those situations for large ABS prints, but you don't have to wait the 5+ hours to get to those. I mean, it's only at 71 degrees centigrade, right?
Yeah.
It took...
That's fine. But that's good. I know that now, because for my purposes, I like working with ABS because it's easier to sand and finish and to machine. If I were going to do that with a larger printer, I now know that's something I need to consider.
We'll figure it out. Hey, you know what?
You could probably park your car in that Enclosure.
It would fit
It's
over
pretty
this.
big.
Yeah, we could add electronics and drive it down the road. Well, I'm going to close this up because this was exciting. I'll tell you what. If you like what Bill and I did here, consider throwing me a coffee. There's a link down below. If you like what I do on this channel, incorporating Bill as well, you consider subscribing to the Patreon stuff. Did I say that right? Whatever.
Absolutely.
Whatever. I'm punchy and it's dinner time. Lastly, the affiliates and sponsors of this channel do help me put food on the table so my kids can eat and grow strong. Please consider supporting them by clicking the links down below or tagging them on social media, thanking them for supporting the work that I do. Beyond that, don't forget to hug each other more because I love you guys. As always, high five.